Oh, hello everyone. I have just finished D&D at my place, and that means I finally get a bit of time to play Cities Skylines 2 tonight before I go to sleep, which is flipping awesome. I have been so excited about this game launching. So, honestly, don't know what to do, don't know what's good, don't know where to start. Kind of like that interchange though on Archipelago Haven. So let's have a look through these. Oh, so we can see it's European theme. That's going to be useful because it just is European-based weather. Northern Hemisphere, 16% buildable area. That's pretty low actually. In terms of, but it could be quite an interesting little play on these little spratneys and stuff to link them all together. That's pretty good. What's this down here? Outside connection, highway, rail, ship, plane, and electricity. That's all good. Don't know if this is a good amount of any of these things. So we'll look at Barrier Island. I like this one because you could build like an actual grid system on that island there. What's the difference between these two? It's just going to be the amount of resources they've got, right? It's half the amount of ore. Way more oil. Way more trees as well. Oh no, less trees. A little bit more farming area. I like this one. I like this one. Okay. I'm sure we're going to play through all of these at some stage. What an interesting connection to the city though. With that little services, road and electricity thing. I think I like this one the most at the moment. 41% buildable area. Let's have a quick look at each of the rest of them. Don't like this one, there's no sea. I feel like big cities typically exist around the sea. Twin mountains. Tons of buildable. Oh no, actually there isn't. This one could be nice. I feel like it's too much space to use though, so not really a challenge in terms of making something. They're just going to become grid central. Let's go for the Barrier Island. We can look at the others another time. City name, let's go for Salopia, after my county. Europe, left-handed traffic, naturally. Natural disasters, sure, we'll leave that on. I've played like 20 minutes of this already, and I can tell you for a fact the tutorials are a massive pain in the arse. So let's see how we get on. I don't know if we're going to have to turn the music down. Probably am. In fact, let's just do that now. Audio. Should drop the master volume down to 40%. There we go. Still feels quite a bit loud, actually. Might be able to go down a bit more. It's 25. There we go. My one bugbear about this game, and I know it's a brand new game, like this isn't like a huge bugbear, let's just pause the simulation for a second, is I've had to drop the graphics settings down to medium. That's when I was playing it before, and I was getting 60 FPS. I'm now streaming, I'm getting 44, 43 at the moment, but that's with nothing, so don't know what's going to happen. What on earth is this over here? We're going to have to incorporate that into our town. So yeah, it's and I've upgraded my PC recently. I've got a 3070, I think, and an i5 something or other. So I spent about £1,000 upgrading my PC. I can't remember the parts right now. They are actually, ironically, written in the Twitch description if you want to go and have a look. But I don't feel like I've got like a lame PC. Let's think about what I want to achieve here, right? I've just dragged that road out extra, but I never do this. I never think what I want to achieve, and subsequently my cities all look griddish. So what can I see? Happiness at the moment, it's not going to care. Citizen wealth, no. Water pollution, noise pollution. Is there a way to see like wind direction? Oh yeah, there we go. Air pollution. So it's blowing this way, right? So I'm going to want my industry over here, right, in this corner, which is terrible because that means they've got the longest route to the highway. But what I want is for this to be like a touristy area, and the rest of it can be residential and commercial. So that means that over here we're going to have some sort of industrial complex. So maybe we build that now, right? Maybe we start that like so. I think I've still got curved roads on. I have, that's why I took an extra click. And I'm going to leave a little gap in the middle of this zoning so I can put footpaths through. Now there is, I live in a town called Telford. That town has a lot of industrial parks, what we call industrial estates in the UK. And they all kind of have like a little two grid system, and then there's like spurning roads or spooling roads kind of off of that. So they all have terribly unimaginative names like Stafford Park 12, street name, Stafford Park 13. Now this is going to be like the main road into the industrial area, so we'll do that. And what I'm thinking, right, hear me out here, so I'm thinking about bringing this road up parallel, and then joining this road onto there like that. Now I know that adds an interchange at a merge with lights and stuff, but we can upgrade that to a roundabout later, and I can just use this road as like a fast route to my industrial centre, is what I'm thinking, right? Don't know if it's going to be good, don't know if it's going to be bad. We're going to work out the kinks. Let's work out this curve here. I love the new road interface on this. Right, so that is just a direct highway. You come off the highway, then you bear left, and you're into the industrial estate. Right, now this is going to be the main road for our city. So let's got it on bloody curved again. 180. There we go. So it's going that way. One thing I do need to be able to turn on is contours. There we go. Alright, so this is all predominantly quite flat actually. This, less so. But, you know, we'll just let that be. Let's let that be. So, this is our city. Oh, geez, I zoomed out quite a way there. So we're actually building on this small island at the moment. And really, the lion's share of our areas are going to be around here. So we might do this a bit arse about face, in the sense of we could start building our grid system here and continue to expand it out to all different areas of the city. And then over here we can do our more rural kind of, you know, villages, towns, whatever it might be. This is definitely going to be like a, I mean, I say it might be like a touristy area, but that could be an airport, you know. So yeah, I think we just start a grid system, right? So this is our main 4-lane road, and what I want in the future is for this road to go down as much of the island as possible. So let's get to a 90-degree snap, like that. Okay. Don't know if this is a good idea. Again, first time playing it, so now the collector roads. So these are the collector roads. Now I want my streets to be like that. And like that, right? And I want to have minimal amount of intersections into the grid as humanly possible. These are all going to become that's too close to that. These are all going to become roundabouts in the future, because roundabouts are just better than interchanges at spreading traffic. Now there's this grid mode here. So how does that work? We go like that. Ah, okay, nice, interesting. So I can go like that. Okay. Oh, and it just gives me a perfect grid. Now this is cool. That's fine. We can have some imperfections in our grid. Don't know if I like that grid tool, but it is fun. Now let's go to there. Connect that up. Yeah, not a big fan of that grid tool. That's going to take some learning and adjusting. But that's okay. Why is that slightly different colour to that? Now what I don't want to do is zone on these roads, okay, because I don't want services to use these roads. Possibly with the exception of... if I make that... the angle on this... 90, 180... Right, if I make that like that, because that is a longer trip out, I'm hoping that the preferred route will always be this one. But allegedly Cities Skylines 2 has a slightly more intelligent traffic AI, so that's going to be fun. Contours. Right, there's no way on God's green earth that we would go down a slope like that. So let's do this. Let's do that. So we might leave a big grid like that for something like a school or services. That one we won't. Let's skip one. And then the contours become a bit crazy all over again. I mean, you say crazy, but it's actually the elevation difference is not that great. It's just a lot of close contour lines.
What did you just say about my contour lines?
Ah, it's Robbo. I'm playing some City Skylines on stream, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, totally forgot I'd left myself logged into Discord. So that goes down to there. In fact, we need to carry that on a bit. I'm just spending all of my money on a pretty grid at the moment.
You streaming on YouTube or something?
No, I'm streaming on Twitch. Yep, definitely streaming. Anyways. Let's keep... Oh, that is awful. Look at that. That is just dreadful. And we'll finish the grid off here. Because... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, not a perfectly symmetrical grid, but that's fine. I don't really like that. I like that you can just drag a road between these two as well. But we're not going to do that at the moment. We're going to get some power. So we need a coal power plant, do we? Or do we go for a wind turbine? That's 2.2 out of 5 megawatts. Let me guess, the best place to put these might be... Oh, these are actually terrible. 0.96, yeah, no, these are awful. I'm going to have to go for a coal. Let's get our coal power plant. Do you know what? Let's do another road off of here again. I know this is awful. It's a triple layered thing now. Like that. we can get our coal power plant.
You're listening to Second Moon.
Who on earth is this guy?
Cultural
Grid suck. I know. Look, we just went through that. We've got this island, which is going to be like our Manhattan.
Let us move now.
Going to continue extending the grid along this entire island. But then we've got all of this space over here, which is going to be like our more rural areas and bits and pieces. I didn't know there was a radio mode in this, so I need to turn that off. Enable radio. There we go. Because that's quite annoying. Right, okay, so we've got a transformer place. I need to connect up those. I also need to connect this up to that network. Then we need some low voltage cables, do we? Do we need that? I don't think we do, because that automatically connects everything up to... No, I think that's okay. We'll find out. We don't know at the moment. We don't know. Right, a sewage outlet. I need to know the water direction. Is the water going any direction? Water pumping station. Ah, here we go. Right, so we might need to pump out groundwater from here. And we got a milestone, which is great because then we can unlock roundabouts. So we've got groundwater coming in, and I believe that's already connected up to the pipe network under the streets. Yep, correct. So now we just need a sewage outflow, which we can chuck down here. Then this sewage pipe can just get connected to there. Is that connected? Can't tell. Yeah, I think that's connected. Again, we'll find out. Right, let's start thinking about... Oh, we need waste as well. The only thing we have access to at the moment is landfill. So we will have some landfill over here. And that will become our landfill area. Oh, is that going to be a terrible idea because we've got our bloody water pumping station thing here? Yeah, maybe we need to change our pumping station to... Just put it over here for now. Okay, we don't need an extra pump, we don't need advanced filtering. So we've got that, we need medical. Now we can get medical there. Is there any upgrades for this? Yes, there is. Ambulance depot and an extension wing. The extension wing can go there. The ambulance depot can go there. We might as well get the upgrades now. We can get another extension wing, probably one, maybe two more if we need to in the future. But let's start thinking about zoning. We're going to want the higher density stuff towards the highway to act as a sound blocker. And commercial just scattered kind of about. In fact, that's way too much commercial in one space. Let's go for 4. 4. 4. 4. Try and keep it a bit interesting. There we go. These guys can be medium density. That can all be low density. Now when it comes to industrial, that's going to be our 2 industrial pieces there. And do you know what? Let's up the speed and see what happens. I'm really not a fan of that zoning map mode. It just looks awful. Apparently we've still got 1 point, have we? Or is it just that we're at 1 milestone? Yeah, no, we don't have a point to unlock anything. But we do have roundabouts, so while that's all filling in, we can upgrade some of these to roundabouts. So will that get rid of a junction traffic light system there? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yeah. Loving these. Perfect. There we go. So all of these things are working away, it seems. Doesn't take a while to build stuff, even on speed 3. It does. But we're getting some shops and we're getting some houses. Such a nice balmy weather, perfect for enjoying the #outdoors. The housing market stinks here, so we've got really high demand for housing. Really high demand for housing, which we can fix by making sure that we don't zone on those exterior roads or the connector roads. Oh, can we go like 6 back from there? If we can, I'll just zone like that. Perfect. Right, water-wise, no water's being traded, and we've got good water availability. Electricity is working. Things have got electricity. We don't have death care. See, this could be no, way too small for a cemetery. So I think we'll chuck that in there. A mausoleum. A temple. The temple should be street facing. The mausoleum could be there. And then we can kind of grid around it, right? Like that. And then can we bring this into there? Like that. And do you know what? Put a little bit of commercial into there and some housing kind of all around. There we go. Oh, hello, Ev.
Oh,
Sorry about the delay. I am back. Right, we're losing money, but we're somehow over the 500 grand we started with. So let's have a quick look at that. What are we spending money on? Services. Okay. Yeah, we're probably spending a lot of money on... Where does it not give you a breakdown for like energy and stuff like that? Oh, it does at milestone 3. Okay, so we just... Oh, there we go. Milestone 2's unlocked. Oh, we're getting more money because of the milestones. We've got 1.2 million now. Taxation. Is this going to be like Skylines 1? Can we drop it all up to 12 and nobody really gives a shit? I feel like things take a lot longer to build as well. Okay, so what we're seeing is we've got really high demand for commercial and industrial. Okay, so we need a bit of a commercial centre. Do you know what? Let's use this area for something. There we go. Let's look at that commercial demand come down, and industrial. Let's chuck a few extra bits of industrial around here. Get some more jobs going. Perfect, perfect. And we're not going to bother to zone any residential because that's going down as people are building. Look at these houses with their actual gardens. New signature building available. The Pop Musician's Mansion. Okay. Oh, and we've got education unlocked. So we've got a primary school, which fits perfectly behind this graveyard, which is quite bleak. Oh no, it doesn't actually. Overlapping items. It just doesn't fit. That's quite annoying. But it will fit here. There we go. Do you know what? We're going to hold off on any of the expansions. And the high school, didn't want to build on these roads. Okay, that's fine, because we need to start zoning this other side. So, let's chuck the high school in here. Now I know you can get a sports field attached to the high school, so we should throw that in there. There's a little bit of zonable. I say that. Can I move that? Is there any way to move just the sports field? Can't undo that. And that cost quite a lot of money actually. Moving in. Ah, fantastic, man. That's awesome. I can add a second sports field. Can I move the existing one? No road access to the high school. Can fix that pretty easily by doing that. How do I... Noise pollution's pretty large. I could put it there. Right, hear me out. I know I've mulliganed that a bit. I need to do this and this, but that will give us the ability to wrap in road. That, right? So that's just like, that's maximum utilization of that space for minimal disruption. Electricity is still good, water's still good, sewage is still good. Landfill availability, we barely used any, so we'll be alright by the time we get to a recycling plant. Alright, okay. This is interesting. Okay, so what's this? Advanced road services, road maintenance facilities, traffic lights and signs, as well as roadside decoration. That does sound good. Parking areas. Let's go for that. And let's, yeah, we can't go for highways yet. They cost too many points. Oh, this, I'm just literally doing roads. There's so many more different things down here. Crematorium. Let's get that immediately. Okay, because graveyards can get full. We just got another 800 grand for putting that down. Okay, I think our industrial area is becoming full. We've got 12 expansion tiles, so let's purchase that. Let's purchase these 3. And I think that's enough space for us for now, because that gives us the ability to expand our industrial area. Road services, road maintenance depot. Okay, so I'm guessing I need one of these to maintain the roads. Is it not baked into the upkeep costs? Yeah, it is. There is an upkeep cost. So what does that do? This feels like what Telford's road planning looks like. I mean, you're not entirely wrong. Oh, I don't want to do that. Here we go. Right, okay, let's get some more industrial building. Okay, industrial demand has just gone all the way down. Let's get a bit more commercial in there. Commercial is going to go all the way down. High density residential. Now, I'm happy with that going along there. Again, trying to avoid building on those major roads. He says, wasn't there like an alleyway you could build? Here we go. So we can put that there. Way too close. Is that going to create a traffic light system there? No, it is not. So does that mean, can I then zone off of an alleyway? Like so. I think I can. I think I can. Okay, and we've got more commercial requirements. So, customers. Ah, it really goes into detail on this. Let's have a bit of commercial in front of the school there. That's good. Get them to spend their tuck money. Specialised industry. Here we go. So we've got livestock farming. That's going to be interesting. So we actually have a number of grids still available to buy. So let's purchase these. And let's create a bit of a farming area over here. Okay. Okay, so we can do that in a moment. We can allow this to continue to grow. How's our deficit going? Minus 140. Oh, and we've got new things that we're going to need. So a firehouse and a police station. What's this? Landscaping tools. Okay, city economy. Right, okay, we can see what we're paying for stuff now. So our biggest expense is the healthcare and death care. Now where is that? It's over here. So is it because we put this on? Yeah, an extra £7 a month. This was an extra 63,000 a month. Okay, so let's fucking bin that off. And let's just put in a normal healthcare area. Right, how does that fit the budget? 158,000. Can I get rid of the cemetery? I can. We have death care in the form of our one crematorium. So yeah, it drops it down to 85. So crematorium and a single, what do we call it? Let's fix this up. A 2-lane road. We can go to there. Have a bit of a cul-de-sac. And you know what? Because it is a cul-de-sac, let's put a roundabout on the end of it. Like that. I like that. There we go. We have commercial demand. So let's put that in there. And we have more industrial demand. We'll get to that in a moment. Because we need to fix our residential demand. Like so. Oh, does that change the... Okay, shit. So does that overwrite that? Okay, there we go. So zoning overwrites. That's good to know. You can overwrite zoning. What does that little pop-up mean? Not enough customers. That's okay. We've still got all of this residential to pop in at some point. Medium density. We've got more for low density, but that's okay. So these like blocks of flats kind of houses. That was a bit like Google Street View there for a second. Right, anyways. Let's quickly check the services. Doing okay on that. We're doing okay on that. That's fine. That's fine. Education is grand. Fire getting better. And that's all good. Right, so let's look at our specialized industries, right? So we've got livestock farming. Okay, we've also got some stuff to unlock here. I don't know what unlocks where. Emergency shelters. Okay. Wow. Development. We could unlock a college, that's not really what we need right now. An incinerator would be good because it creates electricity, but it also creates a lot of ground pollution and stuff, whereas a recycling centre New signature building available. A recycling centre collects and sorts garbage to produce reusable materials. Selling the recycled material creates additional income for the city. Okay, so let's do that. What was this? Natural resources. So this is fertile land. Right, I don't know if that's important for livestock farming. Does it tell us? Set up anywhere to produce livestock. Where I'm guessing grain farming, here we go, which we've just unlocked, and forestry. Grain farming is a specialised industry set up in areas of fertile land. So we can do grain farming. And so how does this work? Do you just drop this down and then... Oh, look, we'll come to that in a moment. What the bloody hell is purple? Offices. Okay. Now we're talking. It's a low density office, so it's its own thing. Right. Office space is going well. We really need to do something about our industrial demand. So look, there's no time like the present. Let's create some sort of interchange here. He says we've got these things here, so we can unlock highways and intersections. Ready-made large intersections. It's going to cost us 4 points to upgrade. We've got 3 currently, so we might have to wait off on that. Okay, that's okay. Now, is this working? This filter road that we did? It is. I mean, admittedly, we don't have a lot of citizens, but it would appear that this branch off road here that leads directly to the industrial area for goods in and out the city is preferred over this longer route, which I'm guessing is being used by citizens at this interchange. Yeah, that's working. Okay. That is interesting, because that would have been a huge bottleneck in Cities Skylines 1. So let's just expand this for now. Oh yeah, we were looking at this. Base operations can be upgraded, blah blah blah. It costs 30 grand to upkeep a month. I don't really need it, so I'm not going to bother using it. We're going to use the larger roads here. Let's do a bit of this. And let's just chuck in some generic... Doesn't feel like that's super straight. Is that because of the contours? Yeah, I think it is. Let's chuck in some generic industry over there. See, it seemed like it was really high, but we've just chucked in that little bit of industry, and now it's non-existent again. Let's continue to extend our main street, our main drag, down here, and we're going to continue our grid. I mean, we say that, but we've got land available for us to use. So we've got low density housing demand. It's quite high. High density, which is going to be a noise blocker. Let's go like that. And while that's doing its thing, let's put some more roads in. Okay. Let's try this grid tool again. Grid tool's not going to work. Let's get rid of that. See if we can make it work. So it's going to put 3 in there, when ideally we want 2 roads in there. A really irregular grid. See, what I want is it for it to line up on each of those, but it's not going to. Okay, 2 Fininiki. Like that. Let's just chuck mini roundabouts at the end of those, just so people can turn around easily. And let's get our low density housing into these areas. We're going to do that, and that. We'll chuck commercial in there. We'll do all of that. Okay, we've got some high rises now, some high density. Haven't we got high density somewhere else as well? I don't think we have actually. That might be our first high density. Right, what do I need to get this up? It's just experience points, right? And we were going for the intersections next. So we're going to do some industry stuff. What's this? Are these those buildings of note? Pop Musician's Mansion, Vertigo Square. What does that give us? Citizens will be dizzy with excitement living here. +3 well-being within 750. That area is kind of reserved for our medical. Ooh, that is trafficy AF. Oh no, that's residential suitability. Not traffic. Okay, interesting. Now, should we chuck this into there like that? And we've got the Pop Stars Mansion, which to be fair could go here, right? I mean, this feels like if there was anywhere in the city that a pop star would buy a mansion, it would be there, right? And we're gonna have to connect it with a shitty little road like this one. Do you know what? Let's do this. And yeah, that's completely impractical. There's no way on God's green earth that a pop star would warrant having his own set of traffic lights. So let's do that. And then if I can connect this, can't connect that in, like that. There we go. I mean, I say there's no way in God's green earth that a pop star would have his own set of traffic lights, but there's also no way in God's green earth that hang on, is he not getting water or electricity? Ow, because of this bridge. It's cut off. Now he's not getting sewage. So the water pipe can go under. Oh, I need to do a dual pipe. Is it still page down to go underneath? There we go. Right, let's do the dual pipe. Like that. And let's do some low voltage cables. says. Is he getting electricity? I mean, this is providing 2 well-being within 500 meters, but nobody lives within 500 meters of this guy. So, you know, that's fine. That's fine. I feel like that's still the most accurate place for him to live in this city. Him or her. What the hell does that mean? Abandoned? Oh, underground. Let's bulldoze that then. Right. Anyways. We're still at 3. We need a bit more city before we can upgrade anything. How is our traffic doing generally? There are any hotspot bottlenecks? It's mainly the intersections, but I can see that they're moving. Like they're traffic hotspots because they slow things down, the roundabouts, I'm guessing. But I'm not seeing any backups or anything, which is good. There's no gridlock, which is good. How much of this have we used? Who cares? Right, how are we doing on our balance sheet? Okay, we're getting a lot better. We're only losing 33 grand a month. So let's keep this going. Let's get high density down there. There's no demand for high density at the moment, but that's fine. Now, weren't we going to do some commercial somewhere? This going to be commercial. This is a police station, so that can be expanded into the commercial at a later date if we need to. That's all commercial. Wow, look at that. I really do like the way that they've included the car parking spaces and like drive parking for people, street parking. Right. Desperate, desperate, desperate for that extra point. So I think the only way to get that extra point... Oh, we can draw areas. District creation tool, specialised industry tool, recycle... Oh yeah, we bought a recycling centre, didn't we? Can I change this? I can. Whoops. Oh yeah, I can change that, which might give me just enough space to get the recycling centre in there. Boom! We got 5 extra points, did we? Yes, we did. Fantastic, which allows me to get intersections. Oh, I must unlock this as well. Okay, that's fine, because we got 5. Great. We'll save the other 2 points for whatever we might need. I'm sure we can set this to empty at some stage. Yep, start emptying. So, that's fine. I bet that's going to increase yet. I mean, but recycling is important. Because otherwise we're just going to end up with a full landfill at some point and no way to sort it out. Now, allegedly, we've got intersections. Here we go. What on earth is this? A partial clover leaf. So what does that allow? Okay, that we could take out a few bits either side and replace it with this, and that would give us traffic in the sort of up-down direction. That's probably the one to go for, actually. This one, what's this, a gyratory? Double dumbbell interchange. Don't know if that's a good one. The teardrop roundabout. That's more of a typical gyratory, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's... Is that the one to go for? 3 grand versus 7. What's this one? Yeah, do you know what? I think I like this one. Right, okay, so we need to kind of bulldoze. to bulldoze that. Okay, and we need to put in... We need to put in that. We've got highways now. So this is a 2-lane. I think it's this a 3-lane, is it? Oh, that looks awful. God, that does look awful, doesn't it? Why the bloody hell is there a U-turn lane? That just does look awful. Is it because it's 2-lane? Should I be sending... Oh yeah, because I guess that's 2 lanes of traffic, isn't it? There we go. No, it's still got this horrible U-turn lane in it. Yeah, these ones do as well. I'm an idiot. Is it because I'm not using one-way roads? I think that's it. There we go. It's got like a merge over lane, a merge out. Yeah, okay. That seems to make more sense. Okay, these are actually 2 lanes. Back these up a bit. Like that. If I do that, old trick from Cities Skylines 1. Like that, it looks a bit smoother. And that gives me a direction in each way. Large roads, let's go for a 6-lane road, is fucking excessive. A 4-lane, is that just a 2-lane or coming off there? Isn't there an upgrade tool? Replace, here we go. Oh, it's an asymmetrical 3-lane, isn't it? Yeah, that's an asymmetrical 3-lane, okay. So 1 in, 2 out. Oh, does it change? Yeah, so it merges that at a set distance, I'm guessing. Okay. So, I need an info view, and I need natural resources. Where would that be? Here we go. Because I don't actually know how this works, right? So, let's do corn here, for example. Ah, right, okay, so I could just draw my boundary like so. Distance too long. Cool. Ah, that's an invalid shape. Let's do half of it. Roughly. Ah, there's an overlapping item. Let's bin that off. Oh, bugger. How do I do these nodes again? Oh, have I now got to do it like this? This is literally just watch a guy figure out how to play Cities Skylines for the first time. Like that. Okay, that sounds good. Right, power-wise. What on earth happened there? Right, is that connected? It looks like it's connected. Yeah, underground cables, I guess, are connecting that. Right, it needs water. Not enough electricity. It needs a road. Okie dokie. A dirt track should suffice. There we go. Now it needs water and sewage, which it could get from that road system, but more likely is going to be required to connect up over here like that. Is that getting it what it needs? There we go, is that right? No. Backed up sewer. Not able to drain all the wastewater being produced. Is this the new one? Yes, it is. This is the one that came out today. I can't for the life of me figure out. I mean, where's that going to go if I start dumping shit into the bay? I don't understand why that's not connected. Oh, is that better? Oh, it just needed connecting at the front of the property, not the back. Okay. Right, now I need a transformer. That's a small coal power plant. I know I need a transformer for electricity, because I need to be able to bring in these powerful cables. There we go. Right, so that's working now. Don't know how much it's making, but it is working. Employees is good. Right, so we've got a first farm. Don't know what happened to my voice then. So if we've got a first farm, Um, let's start making a rural village, I think. Let's have a road that goes through here. We've got to respect the topography of the contours here, so that's going to go round there and then round there. Okie dokie. How flat is this? Still pretty flat, actually. The contours make it look a lot steeper than it actually is. What are these notifications here? Is it going to be high rent? Okay. Let's go into taxation. Let's drop this down to 11% across the board. Whoops. There we go. Just trying to do our bit to balance the city budget. We're still losing money, but we're only losing 76,000 as opposed to what we were losing before. We've got transportation, we've got parks, and we've got communications. We've got communications, mailbox. Send out mail. Wow. Post office. Okay, interesting. Telecoms, radio masts. Wow, this as an ex-telco employee, this is flipping awesome. Satellite uplinks, server farms. Okay, that's interesting. We need a community around here. So I think the first thing to do before we get another community is to get a second farm. Alright, let's put that farm next to here. We'll have a vegetable farm. Distance is too long to go that far out. Oh, the bloody hell. Hang on. What the fuck? Where's that gone? Whoops, just severed the bloody power cables. Right, I just somehow managed to... Oh, that's the transformer station. So how do I now delete this? Because I appear to have a vegetable planting area with no actual... How flipping bizarre. I mean, it's brand new. It's fine. It's what you expect. Right. Let's try this again. So, this is all fertile. What have we got here? Snap to side of buildings, snap to roads, 90-degree angles. Is that why it wasn't doing it? There we go. Can we encompass the power lines? Distance too long, okay. Not this one. Oh, where's our overlapping items? Oh, there's a bloody power line inside of our field. See, that's what I was worried about. Let's try and just get this done as quickly as we can. Right, okay, so that's that. That's a vegetable farm. Where was natural resources? Yeah. So that's the fertile area there. We've got some more fertile area over here, but that's by the by. Because now what we can start doing is dropping down on these gravel roads. These old streets. I think chucking in a couple of roundabouts. Something like this. Like that. Backing onto farmland, nice houses. Let's get a local fire station going down here. This road. Sure, I would personally have it on that road. Let's get a local police station. Police service is terrible out here, but again I would have it on this road. There's going to be a need for a primary school. I'd have that there. And let's start getting some low density residential cut in. I don't mind overfilling by the fire station and stuff, because ultimately that can be expanded into later. We don't have to worry about like knocking people's houses down and stuff in this game. There we go. So a nice little development, a nice little rural development on the outskirts of our big city. Now, oh, what's this? Mixed housing, European style apartment buildings with commercial space on the bottom and apartments on the top. That sounds like my cup of tea, because we have a lot of commercial demand. What are these guys saying? They're saying it's abandoned, right? That's what they're saying. These guys are saying rent is too high. A higher zone density may be preferable. Can't do that with industrial. Right. This one, they're saying about high rent as well. Okay, not entirely sure how to solve that problem right now. Now, I came here with the idea that we were going to solve some of our industrial problems, but if anything, we've literally made no dent whatsoever. Now, how's traffic going on over here before we decide to expand this area? Traffic is pretty good. I mean, it says yellow, but there doesn't appear to be any gridlock traffic jams or anything of that kind of nature that you would have got in Cities Skylines 1. So, let's continue to expand our industrial area. That is a terrible expansion. Something's not straight over here. Right, let's expand that road. Yeah, something's off there, isn't it? It looks like that's not straight. That's 90. That's 90. Yeah. Okay, I think it might just be the topography of the land. That's 90. And that's 90. Okay, is what it is. Okay. Let's have a quick look at our things. So, electricity production is going well. Water's okay. Healthcare's okay. Garbage and recycling, good. Education, we've got 24% of our population is uneducated. Fire. There's a substantial risk to fire over here. I could drop one down, but we're already up to... I mean, garbage is our largest problem. See if we can start emptying this into our recycling centre. Right, we need a nice big commercial district. EU high density. Malls, hotels, big movie theatres, concert halls, theatres, fitness centres, department stores. Need to get to level 9 to get that. Telecoms. Interesting. What do you get for telecoms? Right, what do they do? So, I can't actually see the benefit of having these. Okay, I'm sure there is one. I just don't know what it is yet. Low rent housing, large apartment buildings with small affordable housing. The lower rents provide lower tax as a result. Okay, that might be worth an experiment. We've got some grids to purchase. I really like that you can do it in blocks like that. Do you know what? Let's purchase that much of the island. It's all of our squares purchased. Let's have a look at our little rural development. Oh, looks quite nice actually. We could do a bit of work on it. Oh, the farmer's out doing combining. Don't know what he's combining. The dirt at the moment? Oh, that is vegetables to be fair. Okay. Let's have another quick look at natural resources. So what have we got here? This is oil deposits. Ore is blue. So we've got a little bit of fertile land over here. I mean, to be honest, this is all going to get ignored. There's a bit of forestry that could happen up here. I mean, that could solve some industrial concerns. So why don't we chuck a roundabout down there? And we can just throw a road in there. It actually looks amazing, all of the tools and stuff they've built into it now. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm not going to lie. I don't understand a lot of it, but like, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't incredibly interesting. Now, we can put a forestry area. I'm assuming, and again, this is just an assumption, that the area that you set aside for these industries is directly correlated to the number of jobs that it provides. There we go. So that's a forestry building. Oh, there we go. One employee. That doesn't sound right. 1 out of 35. That sounds a little bit more sensible. So, and we've still got crazy high demand for industrial. Just built a massive forestry area. I mean, I suppose in the grand scheme of things, I've just provided 35 jobs. It's probably not made a dent at all. Still got crippling commercial demand. So I'm going to try some of that mixed housing along here actually. because that has commercial value, so that might get built. I don't know. It's all an experiment. It's all brand new to me. No, it's not. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking. A large roundabout. A nice big 4-lane road coming off at a 90 degree. A nice big 4-lane road coming off at a 90. With absolutely no respect for the topography of that land. Let's have a look now and see what that looks like. That looks fucking uncomfortable is what that looks like. But that being said, I don't know why we're using... Oh, that's not one way, is it? It's two-way. That is two-way, right? 4-lane... Oh, it's a divided road, that's why. Okay. I don't want a divided road. Or do I? No, I don't. I don't want a divided road. There we go. Why on earth would I want a divided road? Right, so that's that. And we can drop down to our smaller roads, like our 2 lanes, or our in fact we should probably start thinking about using these 3-lane asymmetrical roads. Chucking in a small roundabout, say, it's probably going to be easier if I can eyeball this like that. Let's make that a small roundabout to get rid of the traffic lights. Let's do that. And that. Okay. We can chuck a path in there actually. Is that possible now? This is parks and landscaping and stuff. Is it going to be... Here we go, pathways. So we can actually start throwing these in now. So that's a connecting pathway between that and that. That reduces down traffic. We need to start chucking in these pathways into those little areas that we've left, like the joining area between... Oh, that's actually an alleyway, isn't it? Yeah, like this, you know. Like that. Nice. Anyways, distracted again. What I wanted to do over here was create some sort of shopping complex, like so, and I wanted to drop in some commercial. That should bring down commercial demand. What I want to then drop in here is commercial with apartments on top, which will allow me to drop in high density there. This is medium density, right? Yep. I want to make this quite a nice area to live in. A dog park is not very big. Campfire site, small playground, small plazas. See, plazas are interesting because yeah, they can just upgrade quite a lot of stuff. Let's chuck another one in there. What do these plazas actually look like? Yeah, they'll look great once the city's built up around them. Is that on fire, or is that just its natural state? It's probably a good idea to check that. We're still producing just enough electricity. It's only got 19.4 tons left. Right. Road services, stop signs and crosswalks, wide sidewalks, sound barriers. How do I use these? Lighting? Why am I in underground mode? I'm not. Okay. So I can put trees on. Grass verges. Traffic lights. I can throw at junctions. Can make those alleyways are a hotbed for crime. Damn straight, mate. Gotta have crime. The police have got to have something to do. We're now losing 163,000. God, what are we spending our money on? Garbage and management. Yeah, we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of this. Oh, you can just bulldoze it without emptying it. Fucking sound, mate. Okay, that changed a lot of stuff, but I'm interested to see if there's a garbage problem waiting for a hearse. That tells me there's a death care issue, but there's only one person waiting for a hearse at the moment. Not enough customers. That's not the problem I'm getting down here. The problem I'm getting down here is not enough commercial. Nobody wants to live in these or develop these mixed housings. So let's try again. That doesn't look right. That isn't right. Let's take my measurements off of here. Then let's cut that through. Like that. There we go. 2-lane truss arch bridge. What the fuck is that? Holds a bridge deck. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Haven't even got that far. We need to do some more commercial. It's just getting developed instantly. Commercial and industrial. Commercial and industrial. Right, that's the industrial. That's the commercials getting sorted. We do have a bit of demand for residential now, so hopefully some of that residential will get filled out. That isn't a straight 90, is it? That's why that's problematic. Let's just bulldoze that. Small road, where's the 3-lane? Asymmetrical. There we go. That's better. Chuck a mini roundabout on the end of that. Chuck some houses in and around there. I don't understand how the demand for commercial keeps going up so much. We've got tons of commercial. Fucking tons of it. Oh, is it because there's a demand over here and there's no shops? So I have 7 commercial buildings over there. These are all getting abandoned. Is that because there isn't enough jobs in this local area? So what I'm immediately thinking now is thinking back to the time that I grew up in the countryside, and there were actually a couple of factories. So if I do that, cut that little piece down there, how's that look? Okay. There's a few places to get jobs there now. Not everyone is going to be a farmer. And there's a few shops to work in as well. Now, there should also be a park knocking around. Can't place it there. Can place it there though. And a playground. Campfire site. Seems like the appropriate place for it. There we go. Quite like our little rural area. Still at minus 119,000 a month. And we're mostly spending that on garbage management. Oh, you can set services to operate in specific districts. That's pretty cool. Right, so now we just got industrial and residential. So let's start thinking about linking up these areas. Like that. What's here? Yeah, we can just use this area to expand. Yeah, we can use that area to expand the school if necessary. So let's just chuck some houses around it. Chuck some houses there. So Gridsville's looking good. How's traffic? Traffic's actually pretty good. We don't have any demand for offices. Okay, I guess it's because as soon as we need offices, they're just popping into, excuse me, these areas down here. I really don't like this piece of road, so I'm going to do a simple curve. It's a 6-lane road, that's why it's not lining up properly. I'm an idiot. I'm going to do a simple curve like that. That looks a bit better. Now I wonder if we can get like some high-end fancy-pantsy houses down here. Like that. Maybe a bit like that. Okay. And we could do some medium density apartments there. And low density housing across the rest of it. And then next door to that house we can throw in some sort of park, like a dog park. Seems like a good one. Oh cool, look at that. Actually got dog-based stuff in it, rather than just a dog park in the UK is literally just a field for your dog to shit in. Okay, I mean still that commercial and industrial demand is going crazy. I don't really know how to solve that without getting a bit mental. Right, let's do that. Let's chuck in a couple of shops down here, because they'll get built immediately. Don't know how to solve the industrial problem without just continuously expanding the industrial area. Don't need any transportation at the moment because saying that, can taxis make a profit? Oh cool, we hit another milestone, we made another 1.4 mil. Is that what I'm doing wrong? That Regina Hard-On song was lit. Yeah, that stuff's amazing. Is that what I'm doing wrong? Have I got too much money? Should I have spent a lot more money than this? We're producing... we've got a deficit. So we're importing... Okay, this is interesting. We're importing corn. We're importing livestock. So I know... just from what I've read already, that we can put a livestock farm anywhere. Okay, so I think the livestock farm goes here. Alright, it's this one first, okay. So we come down to this road, we follow it along. Follow the area. Oh, it's done that bloody thing again. Okay, let's try that again. Let's just try something like that. A livestock farm. Chuck a bit of commercial in there just to fill it out. And that should get us up to a point where we're then producing livestock. So I didn't realise, looking at this screen, there's a lot of stuff I'm not going to realise. You can look at production. So we're importing corn, we're importing livestock. There's a lot of stuff that we're importing. Rock. I mean, you can just get rock from anywhere, can't you? Dig deep enough. It's not a resource, is it? No, it's not. So, yeah, it can be set up anywhere to produce and store stone. So let's put our quarrying industry... Let's put it over here next to our forest stack, because that's really good forestry land, isn't it? Let's have a look at this again. Yeah, this is all obviously great forestry because it's all forests. So we want to put our... In fact, saying that, electricity is going down quite a bit. Water is okay. Garbage processing status is terrible. We're going to need to expand this, so don't want a storage extension. I want to be able to process it better. This processes an additional 1 ton per month. So we're now processing 12 tons a month. Maximum capacity, okay. Can't connect to the internet, am I losing my mind? Okay, so do I need to start thinking about radio masts and post offices and stuff? Right, let's get a post office down. That seems like quite a key component to a community. And there's going to be mailboxes required, so let's put one there. I don't know if I'm spending shitloads of money in maintenance here or not. They don't cost any upkeep, I don't think, so... So that's good. Saying that, let's chuck one over there. Let's chuck one over there. Let's also chuck some down in my rural area. There we go. Right, internet connectivity. Transmits mobile data, radio traffic and TV signals in case of emergency. The masts are used to broadcast an alarm which allows citizens to react in the event more rapidly. It can be upgraded with a wireless network antenna to increase broadband capacity. Wow, okay. So, is it going to... It's low noise pollution, so that's good. Is it something I can chuck? It's probably something I can chuck on the main road. But that being said, there's one there. Okay. There is a lot of upkeep for these. Why? Epicurean gardens. Luxurious living space with a high-end restaurant made for those who appreciate life for its pleasures. Telecom coverage. So this is good. This is not so good. Okay, that's fine. Let's chuck. How much upkeep are these? $5 grand a month. Jeez. Let's do that. Let's just throw a few of these in. It does require a road connection, so someone's going to lose their house. I don't know if that's made a positive difference. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. But I saw that people wanted it, so still complaining of high rent. Right, we've got a massive demand for our residential again. Low density residential. Oh shit, didn't want to do that. I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Excuse me. Right. Just taking a bit of care. I don't like how that juts out there. That road. Is that because they're different road sizes? Oh, they're both 3-lane asymmetrical. Just... %, or 90 degrees, there we go. Cool. Right, we need to set up, we were looking at production. We're producing a little bit of chickens. We are producing way more than enough logs that we are exporting. We're not producing cotton, we're not producing crude oil, we're not producing ores or rock. Okay, the biggest thing though is grain. We're importing 91 tons of grain a month. So if we can make a dent in that, which we can by putting another grain farm over here. Now we need that 3-lane asymmetrical road. Need to come off at 180 degrees. We need our gravel road. And we need our specialized industries for grain. I'm going to put 2 of these down. So that takes care of that. Now we just need power, which we can grab. There we go. We've got our low voltage cables. I don't like... Oh, that's a shadow, that's okay. See, I don't like how that goes into the floor, but it is what it is. So that's one grain farm. Now we can do a second grain farm, but we'll do it up this end. Try and maximize. The amount of space we can get there. So that's a second grain farm. Feel like, yeah, electricity availability is just about to dip, so we don't need another power plant. That's the Cities Skylines 1 in me thinking. Is there no expansions we can add to this? Oh, there actually isn't, so we do need a second power plant. Saying that, we can get a gas or an emergency battery station. Let's get a gas power plant, or we could go for that and then a geothermal. Geothermal sounds a lot cleaner, but is that going to be limited? I should have thought about this before I did it. Yeah, it's going to be limited by bloody ginormous is what it's going to be. Yeah, I need groundwater. I mean, if I put it there, it's producing 133 megawatts, but it is taking up a bit of our forestry. Whereas if I put it, up here. Let me think about that. I don't actually need to buy that one. It's a water tile. So I can purchase those. I can bring this road up. So look at, let's get the groundwater going. Like that. And if I put my geothermal here, it's going to produce 150 megawatts. I just need to connect it to the grid, which is just there. There we go. Electricity production's max. Services, huge deficit of 160,000, but I feel like we might be able to get rid of this coal power plant, which only produces 22.6. Yeah, massively don't need this. We can get rid of that, which means we can also get rid of this, to be fair. I know that's problematic because then I need to move this into here. Like that. Does that fix things? Yes, it does. I need to get rid of that roundabout, actually. So that is just a superfluous traffic stop now. Oh. There is some sort of backup here, my first ever backup. Might just have to upgrade those roads. How do I get rid of that without deleting it? Oh, I just delete the node on the roundabout. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. God, look at all these people parking around here. Okay. So how's that affected the balance? It's taken our services down quite a considerable bit. Landscaping. Haven't spent any money on landscaping, have I? Ah, there's no medical over here, is there? Bother. Let's chuck medical here. We can have another rural area over here. Right, we were trying to get our production matched up. So as that moves up, that should move down. Yeah, so we're only importing 68 tons of food every month. Livestock is the next one. I mean, we could chuck another livestock farm down over here. It literally doesn't matter where livestock is placed. These overlapping items. Okay, it's a bit fiddly. Just trying to maximise the space, really. Oh, bollocks to it, that'll do. Oh, is that livestock? Is it? Or is that more corn? Oh, that's livestock. That's grain. That's grain. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's livestock as well. We can chuck down another livestock farm here. More farming. There's going to be some great says can unlock trains, that sounds good. Welfare office. Police headquarters. If I need any of those things. Sure, an incinerator might not be a bad shout if we're still bad on the old garbage. Okay, we're getting through 9.8 tons. I feel like that is going down slowly. But it's not going to go down slowly forever. So let's get an incineration plant. Let's connect it to the main power grid. Like that. Still losing shitloads of money. I know our garbage has just gone up to 450,000. Still not 100% sure on how to make money on this game. I think we're just going to have to massively expand as quickly as we can to get citizens into housing. Look at these 3-lane asymmetrical roads. More demand for commercial yet again. Like that. Commercial demand will die right down. Let's get more grid space. Go roundabout in there. Is that medium density? Yeah. Okay, sorry, I was just in autopilot mode there trying to get some stuff down. Let's get a little bit more commercial over here. We've got a decent demand for high density. We'll have a look at those special buildings in a moment. Okay, we've still got tons of industrial demand. So what I'd ideally like to do is not buy any additional services unless I absolutely have to before we start to balance the budget. I just don't know. Challenge for next stream, make Telford. Yeah, I hate asymmetry, man. Sorry, no, I hate symmetry. I like just creating a crazy little pattern. I mean, I like the idea that even if this, because this is going to be our grid island, that even the grid doesn't conform to a grid pattern. You got to have some irregularity for people to be able to find their way around and like remember landmarks and stuff. This is my favourite area by far. It reminds me of where I grew up. Just loads of farmland, a couple of factories, big power station on the outskirts. But I don't know if that's the way you're meant to play the game. It's because it feeds you so much cash. Like in Cities Skylines 1, you got cash, you built what you needed to, you got more cash. You're kind of always like at a positive budget from the early outset of the game, whereas this one, it seems like you're at a deficit constantly. And I don't feel like I'm being particularly inefficient. I don't feel like I'm, you know, spending loads of money and adding loads of services. Maybe I am, I don't know. But there just doesn't seem to be a way to balance the budget at the moment. Right. We've still got tons of industry to do. So we can do coal mining, we can do ore mining, oil drilling, we've got forestry, we've got a little bit of vegetables. Let's do a bit of stone. I think to do some stone mining, we are going to have to consider the possibility of expanding our rural areas. So I'm thinking over here for stone. Is that a rail track? It is. Now that could be interesting because we could, yeah, we need a rail yard and then we need a cargo rail terminal. So it's crazy to think that of how much we've built already, we've only got 8,000 people. But you can kind of see where this is going. How is traffic looking? Traffic's looking pretty good actually. There's no areas that are bad. There's quite a lot of areas that are not great. But I think our use of roundabouts to remove traffic lights and stuff is paying off. Yeah, do I expand the grid or do I start working on this? I mean, if to start working on this I need somewhere to put a rail yard. I kind of like the idea that there'll be a central train station in this kind of area as well. So we can bring a rail bridge across here, run the tracks along the back of the community, and then loop them into a rail station. And that will connect, that'll be like a high-speed transport connection for the people that live in the rural areas straight to downtown. But that's an idea for another day. Because right now what I want to do is I want somewhere to mine stone. It's what I actually want. When I buy a tile, does it have to be connected? You can just buy random parcels of land. Okay. Crap, that's a lot of different parcels to buy at some stage, isn't it? Now, what I want to buy is a highway connection that doesn't have rail connectivity running alongside it like this one does. That just seems like a pain in the arse to try and manage. But then if I'm buying something on an area on its own, I'm going to put its own services in and yada yada yada. Okay. Right, why don't we think about... Let's think about this for a second. What's the issue here? Not enough customers. Right, let's expand our rural town. Okay. I like these compound curve roads because they give you distinctive parcels of land. Like that. These branching streets. So that's a bit large, so we'll do a bit like that. Now let's just chuck down some more housing around here. So it clearly isn't enough because these shops don't have enough customers. There we go. Let's chuck a few shops in down there. And didn't I put some... Yeah, there's some industrial uses here, which will cause a bit of pollution. I was waiting for a hearse. Okay, there's no death care over here. So this area is starting to grow enough to warrant its own selection of city services. So let's go for a bit of death care. Right. That gets us up a few ticks. We've got 9 points to spend that I haven't spent. Industrial waste processing plant. We're already spending fucking hundreds of thousands on waste disposal. Water treatment plant. College. Could build a college district. What's the difference between a college and a university? Oh, yeah, the UK equivalent of the difference between a college and a university. Or we could build an airport. I mean, both things that seem to be... Is that bloody... We're minus 8 grand an hour. Shit in hell. Still running at a deficit. Subsidies, we're getting 0. So we're not even getting any government subsidies anymore. We're reducing the amount of stuff we're importing. Let's look at these specialised industries. This requires fertile land. Forestry we're okay with. Stone though. Could we put a quarry over here? Right, yeah, we could. Oh, it's bloody done the thing. I don't know why it does that, but it's really fucking annoying. What a horrific eyesore in my countryside area. That is amazing. Okay, so that's one thing that we were hugely missing out on. Coal. Can't see any coal deposits. Can it be placed anywhere? Oh, in natural or... Oh, have I got no ore deposits? I have. There's an ore deposit right here and an ore deposit over here. Is that an ore deposit? No, it's not, is it? It's an oil deposit. Oil. Ore is blue. There's a bit of ore down there. There's a bit of ore down there. Okay, so we're not fixing that anytime soon. We need fertile land for this. Interesting. Right, let's think about how we get across here. So we come... I mean, the standard route would be to take advantage of the highway. Right? Can we build track? We can build two-way tracks, one-way tracks, double tracks. Okay, this is a double track. Yeah, it is. Okay. So this is a double track. So what we could do... we need to add an intersection there, really, to get access to this fertile land. Okay, and then we need to probably bridge or tunnel the rail. So let's have a look at our intersections. What is the least invasive? That is probably quite a high contender for the most invasive, actually. I know, saying that, it's actually not that bad, is it? It is going to require a substantial amount of work, whereas this one, it's a four-way. I mean, they're all four-ways, most of them, aren't they? This one is a one-way with a roundabout on the rear. That's the one. Okay, £6 grand. Okay, so let's bulldoze these. Right, back to our intersections. Can you just line it up and it will auto-connect it? You can. Nice. So let's back these up. To there. So we want one way, 2-lane highways. That's actually going to be a 3-lane. Cool. That becomes a 3-lane. Like that. So that should work. It's actually not the most butchery job I've ever done in my life. I mean, there is that weird little kink there. We can fix that at some point. 5-lane highway on suspension. Nah, don't need that. Anyways, now we need to get the rail track to slightly incline and decline. And join up. It's a complex curve. Like that. Actually not terrible. What's my OnlyFans? It is onlyfans.com/Ollie. It's 100% legit. You can find all of my best work on there. So now I need to know how to terminate that highway. So probably going to be in some sort of roundabout, I imagine. So a medium road. Like that. Chuck a roundabout on the end. This is a 2-lane. Two-lane, one-way. Like that. An invalid shape. Okay, well, bollocks to it. That's it now. We're still using the 4-lane. Okay, here we are. Marvelous. Bear with me just a moment. Right, let's get that template back up. We can put the game back on play now. So yeah, this is our fertile land over here. We can pull our 3-lane asymmetrical through here. Like that. And we were going to grow some textiles. How can I be overlapping with myself? Alright, because we go the wrong direction. Okay, let's get everything connected up. That's not working at all in the way that I thought it might. So let's try. Try that. Excuse me. There we are. Right. We've got 2 million in the bank. That is probably where I'm going to leave it for tonight because it's now midnight. I will be on again soon to do another stream. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Speak to you soon.